Welcome to Welcome to Orange Coast Unitarian Universalist Church. My name is Jolene Ibanez, and I am your worship associate today. I am joined by Reverend Sian Wiltshire, our minister, Jacob Swetland, our director of music ministries, and our choir is back from summer break. Yay! Danielle Lewis, our director of religious education for children and youth, is out ill today. But we have Wendy and a very competent staff handling that today, religious education for children and youth. We all welcome you, whether member, visitor, or friend, to this very special service this morning. It's an extra special service today because we are celebrating the groundbreaking of our new sanctuary, which will take place directly after this shortened service. And as was mentioned in our weekly email, in order to accommodate this ceremony, we will not be doing our weekly joys and sorrows ritual, but please do let Reverend Sian or a pastoral care committee member know if you have a profound joy or sorrow to share, as they want to make sure that you have our love and support. We are a community of many different identities and beliefs. We are bound together not by dogmas or creeds, but rather a covenant to create a welcoming and loving community. We need not think alike to love alike. In the spirit of building this community, let's recognize the many volunteers who have helped to put this service together today. Yay. Thank you. Roomers, we invite you to silence your cell phones. And Zoomers, we invite you to say hello in the chat. As we worship today, let us acknowledge that our church property rests on the sacred ancestral homelands of the Ahachiman and Tongva peoples, who seek justice and responsible stewardship, which we hope that we are doing by building this new sanctuary. I'd like to extend a very special welcome to our visitors. If you're a guest, a visitor, or someone who has not yet been known to us, I invite you to become a part of this beloved community. If you'd like to know more about our church, we invite you to either stop by the welcome table in the courtyard or contact us at hello@ocuc.org, and we will help you get connected. Zoomers are welcome to stay after and chat with one another online, although today we're going to actually take the little Zoom. Everyone wave at the Zoomers. They're on the camera right there. We're going to take it out into the courtyard so y'all can see what's going to go on later. Yay! We want everyone to feel a part of this beloved community. Some quick announcements. We're going out of order today a little bit. There's some changes in the way we're doing today's service. Don't worry, we haven't gotten the order mixed up. The children will lead us out together at the end of the service to the building next door, where we will have a short ceremony. Reverend Sian will explain. Second, there's amazing programming coming up, including the continuation from this Spring of the World Religions class on the second and fourth Tuesdays on Zoom. See Reverend Sian if you'd like a reminder email. Everyone is welcome. The other is we have a climate justice revival weekend at the end of the month. Congregations from all across the U.S. are gathering to see what we can do to affect climate change. Climate justice. It's going to be a big deal, and we would love to have everyone involved. Stay tuned for more information, but save the dates. And we want to give a shout out to the wonderful teens who are posting flyers today to our neighbors and letting them know that we're starting construction. That's so thoughtful of them. Let our worship begin with the lighting of our chalice. I would like to invite Paula Peterson to light the chalice. Yay! She's been here 6 years. She's an usher, and her favorite thing to do is the women's retreat at Camp de Benneville Pines. We'll talk to you more about that later. As she lights our chalice, let us say our unison affirmation together. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law, to dwell together in peace, to seek truth in love, and to help one another. This we affirm together. Well done.
Please rise in body or spirit, and let's sing our opening song. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your ears to the song. Open your ears to the song. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your hearts, everyone. Open your hearts, everyone. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Don't be afraid of some change. Don't be afraid of some change. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in.
Because here we are. Here we are at the base of another bridge, another space spanning the shores of today and tomorrow, beckoning us to cross the chasm one day at a time. Here we are gathered again at the cusp of the future, a new door inviting us to walk through it. And here we are in a circle of love and trust, brought to this moment by a series of choices and promises, by hope and gratitude. So with a servant's heart, a leader's listening, and a parent's love, let us lean into this community and this future, because somewhere out there, all we dream is possible, and right here, we are sowing the seeds.
So I'm here to talk about doors today. So who of you in here has read the book, The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe? Well, that book kind of starts with a door. So can one of the kids tell me how Lucy discovers what is behind the door in the wardrobe? Anyone? Does anyone want to have? Well, that's okay. So Lucy is looking for a perfect place to hide and opens up a door to a big wardrobe, and she goes through the door and into the back of the wardrobe. She suddenly realizes she is in a whole other world, a magical world with witches and fauns and talking beavers. It's a great book. Wouldn't it be cool if there was a magical world behind every door? When Lucy opened up the door to Narnia, it didn't look like anything special. It was just a boring old door to a wardrobe full of clothes and coats. But beyond its threshold, there was magic. Lucy already had a foot in Narnia before she even quite realized what was happening. And many of the thresholds of our life are like this. We don't know that we're crossing into another world until we're already halfway there. So let's look at our first door. So the door of a church takes us down a pathway of growth that we might never have expected. The door of a doctor's office can suddenly open into a life of maybe a hard diagnosis, but maybe a door to the restaurant opens us into a first date and echoes us forward into a relationship of a lifetime. And then a beloved person's door might close behind you and send you to a world where you might feel quite heartbroken. But then you might find the door to a library or a gym or a dance studio, something that introduces you to a life's passion that you might not otherwise have discovered. We cross through these thresholds every day of our lives for good, for ill, in sorrow and joy. Truly, even our own front door is a great threshold, no matter what familiar the worlds within and without may be. Given our lives, reality of a constant change. Every day we open the same old door again, only to step out into a world that is new since the day before. In this way, there is a new world behind every door, awaiting our discovery if we only encounter it as such. So we're looking at building a brand new door today. So this will still be our door for a while, and that will welcome us in every week until we get new doors. But yeah, I'm just excited for what is going to be behind that next door. Thank you so much.
Kate's all the way dressed up and everything. So the kids are going to come back to be with us today. So as Jolyn said, today's a big day. It's groundbreaking day. I don't know. I can barely handle the excitement. I'm like so pumped up, right? Because this has been years in the making, okay? That is not an exaggeration, okay? Years and years. I was told we were gonna build it 11 years ago when I first arrived, right? So I'm not kidding when I say years. All right, so I wanna take a moment today for us to just kind of think about what we're doing. Oh, we forgot to do this. Thank you, Kaden. You're awesome. Okay, never mind. Never mind. This is exciting. But Jolyn has something to do.
She just did what I did last week.
Right? There we go.
We are not doing Joys and Sorrows today, but we always like to mention if there's special flowers. And I really want to mention the special flowers because they are from my loving husband of 18 years on our anniversary today. So thank you, my dear. He's so cute and talented. All right, so we're going to talk about the offering now. And we have a new one that we've not done before, or at least not that I remember. So this one came to our attention recently. What I want to say about that is that Unitarian Universalist congregations are fully self-supporting, meaning that members and friends raise all the funds for the operating budget, ministries, and programs of the church. We are ever grateful for your gifts of time, treasure, and talent. OCUUC amplifies that spirit of generosity by sharing half the plate we receive with an organization that shares our values. This month we're sharing with Laundry Love. They've done 3 million loads of laundry over 273 U.S. locations. They partner with laundromats and other places that do laundry. They partnered with Earth Breeze, which is an eco-friendly company that makes detergent sheets, and they have shipped over 1 million loads of those sheets worldwide through Laundry Love. So let's give them the props they deserve today. Okay. There are multiple ways in which you can support the church and this organization. You can mail in a check. You can go through our website. You can use an app if you're an app user called Vanco Mobile. If you're a roomer, you can use the basket as it's passed. And if you are a Zoomer, you can do all of those above except the basket. The choice is yours. All the information is on our website should you need it. As always, thank you for your generosity. Oh, by the way, in July, sorry, my bad. In July, we haven't tallied August, but in July, you donated $894 to Stand Up for Kids.
Religion was a thing that money could buy. The rich would live and the poor would die. All my trials, Lord, soon be over, be over. A little book that sets me free, and every page spells liberty. All my trials, Lord, soon be over, be over. Too late, my brothers, too late, but never mind. All my trials, Lord, soon be over, be over, be over, be over.
I'm so excited. I just can't stop myself. Okay. Yes, we're on it. Okay. Well, our trials may soon be over. All right. I think it's good for us to take a moment to just sort of think about what we've been through, right? To celebrate and honor this moment. So I'm going to take a moment, a little blazing way through some of our history. Let's see here. There we go. All right. If you didn't know, this church was started in 1953. I can call that our first groundbreaking. Then they moved around to all these different places because they were renting, right? And all these different little halls and everything. And they realized, oh, we need a new sanctuary. They didn't like not having their own space. And so in 1959, there we go, they start building their new sanctuary. You can see that there wasn't a whole lot around them at the time. This was way over onto the Victoria Street, overlooking the Santa Ana River there. And the church was only 6 years old at that time, but everybody saw that need, right? And then there were lots of renovations that happened. There we go. I don't know why this isn't working, but and then so we've had like Tracy Boag building, the expansion of the sanctuary, and Joe Gillen building for the RE, all these sorts of things. They even changed the chairs and the direction of things, which I heard was a little controversial, so we're not going into that. But every time they had to do this right, it was really daunting. I'm like, how are we going to pay for this? How are we going to do this right? But people stepped up, they made plans, they moved forward, and they took leaps of faith. Now, by 2010, the area around the church was quite built up, and parking was an issue. So they leased space from the buildings nearby, but then, so that's what they have been doing, but then there's going to be no parking. The leased parking spaces were sold, and the parking was going to go away. And so they were like, what are we going to do? Well, we do what we always did, right? We stepped up, we made plans, and we made them happen, and we took leaps of faith. And so we moved here to this building. If you remember what it used to look like, right? Kind of this drab, kind of gray color. And matter of fact, there was a big balustrade in the middle that they already cut down on that. But unfortunately, that day was very expensive, but this was a big year, 2013, moved here. It was another groundbreaking year, moved to this new location, lots of work to get it all done. You hired a new minister. It was an exciting year for this church, right? It was really cool. So, and way more expensive than anybody thought. They had thought they were going to build a sanctuary right away. I remember when I was interviewing, they were like, oh, by the time you get here in September, it'll be built. I'm like, sure, well, okay. We had a $70,000 deficit because we just didn't realize how expensive it was to go here. So what did we do? We stepped up, we made plans, we made it happen, and we took some leaps of faith. So eventually we got more rentals, we made everything here as nonprofit, all of the churches here, which by the way just saved us a lot of money. We increased pledging, and then we got grants from the Spirit Level Foundation, like for the pergola out there. We did everything starting to make this our home. And we made it all the way through. And in 2018, okay, we're ready. Financially, we're good. We're going to do this. It's time to step up, make plans, and take another leap of faith to build a sanctuary. Oh, yes, we were all very excited, right? We wanted one that was reflecting more about who we were, right? So we started a capital campaign run by this absolutely amazing, wonderful woman, Linda Sperry. And if you remember, the initial estimates came in at about 1.8 million, and we're like, ooh, okay, we can do this. We can do this with deep breaths, we can do this. All right. So people started stepping up, and we started doing all these wonderful things. And then, dun, 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 there we go. COVID hit, right? And everything ground to a halt, right? Oh, that was really hard, right? We needed to get back on track, but we had huge issues when we came back. First of all, an amazing amount of bureaucracy was going on with the city from day one. Okay, I couldn't remember how long did it take the city to sign off. Was it 3 or 4 years? 4 years? Yeah, it was about 4 years. It was 4 years for the city to finally sign off on everything. And then even when we thought it was done, they came back and said, no, you got to do the driveways. I was like, seriously? So we had huge bureaucracy problems that was only solved by us literally going down to City Hall and knocking on doors. All right? But then during all of this, because of COVID, we had supply chain problems, right? Then there was inflation going way up. And we finally get to the end of the stage of it. The city finally, signs off. We go get our final estimate, and we're now up to $3 million. 1.8 to $3 million. So what are we going to do?
Can't sue them.
Nope. Well, we do what we've always done. We stepped up, more capital campaign, made plans, and made them happen, and we're taking some big leaps of faith. And throughout all of this hoopla that was going on, just trying to get the sanctuary up and running, we also kept a strong focus on the community and how we can help. We had amazing programs impacting the communities around us. We had environmental film festivals. We were sponsoring an Afghani family. We had new programs around anti-racism, anti-oppression work, flu shot clinics, and of course, we had our wonderful, Ukrainians. All right? If you remember back in 2022, Russia invades Ukraine and the refugees are fleeing. They came to the California border because they figured out they could actually get in that way. And we used that future sanctuary next door to house them for those for short-term needs. And then basically, after a while, it became obvious that this was going to be a long-term thing, and we managed to actually sort of get a nominal rent from another agency so we didn't have to be here 24 hours a day. And we have, just so you know, we've gone through 139 refugees have come through on this shelter, almost 140 people, 7 cats, 6 dogs, okay? I think there should have been more dogs, because, you know, I'm a dog person. But anyway, I want you to know also 12 members of this community sponsored 80 Ukrainian refugees to come to the US, and 9 members have hosted them in their homes, 15 Ukrainians in their homes. Matter of fact, they're still doing it right now. So these are also all groundbreaking moments in the life of our congregation, because that's part of what it means to be a Unitarian Universalist, right? We are groundbreakers. And I just want you to know what was going through my head all of these years, okay? Through all of your dedication and everything, you never let go of our dreams of having a new sanctuary. Never give up, never surrender. If you hope you know that reference, all right. All right, never give up, never surrender, even though I know I spoke a couple of weeks ago about surrendering being a good thing. This is different, okay? This is different. So, and we haven't. Guys, I mean, I have never heard one negative word of like, why are we really doing this? Should we not do this? It has been, everybody's been gung-ho, let's do this, let's make it happen. And we made it, all right? Oop. Yes, we made it. All right, it is happening. After 11 years, we're gonna be breaking ground on a new sanctuary. And today we're going to celebrate that achievement in all the ways that we are a groundbreaking congregation. I think it's very important for all of us in the church and in our lives to take a moment to revel in that moment, because a lot has happened. So I want you to just take some deep breaths. Think about this. Take a moment. Think about all the changes that have gone on in this church and in your life in the last 11 years. All the changes. You know, we've had some illnesses. We've lost some beloved members. We've had new children brought into our lives and grandchildren. People bought new homes, new members joining. Because our history isn't just about a building, it's about all of us. Where we've been and where we are going. And where we've been has been tremendous, and we're moving along. So I want to take a moment to recognize and celebrate that we are here at this groundbreaking moment. And if you're new here today, I want to invite you to join us in that excitement and celebration, and imagine what that's like for us to go through all of that and to feel this joy and this relief and this excitement. We want you to be a part of it. How y'all feeling? Feeling good? Feeling happy? Electrified? All right, let's sing.
Make us so weary, our sanctuary, each name holy, love right through, with thanksgiving, we are a living sanctuary anew. Make us so weary, our sanctuary, each made holy, love right through, with thanksgiving, we are a living sanctuary anew.
So we did it. We stepped up We made plans, we made them happen, and we're taking some big leaps of faith, and it was because of all of you. Did you know that we have 137 different capital campaign pledge units? So that means some of them are couples. And that 85% of the congregation has pledged to this capital campaign. 85%. The normal is 80. We have exceeded every expectation we could possibly have had. Believe me, I didn't know we could do that. But it wasn't just the generosity of monies and of our members that way, it was also a generosity of time. And I want to ask the Sanctuary Committee to stand up for just a moment. Everybody who's been on the Sanctuary Committee. All right.
Deborah Quam and Audrey Prosser, who are members of the committee, are not here today.
Yeah.
Oh, there they are.
Audrey and Deborah, I think hopefully they're online too. But yes, and I can't tell you how grateful I am. They have just continued for the last, 6 years, making this happen, just making it go through. So give them a hug some point today, right? Tell them you love them, okay? They are so dedicated, right? And it's funny because they're really a dream team and they don't agree on everything. Sometimes they're balancing between, okay, that's too expensive, but no, we want it to look nice, But they have come together to build something, to put together something that is going to be absolutely tremendous. And I think that's absolutely wonderful. And another point of generosity that I want to say is your generosity of your positive attitude of making this happen. It really has been tremendous and wonderful for you all to be here. Like I said, not once did I hear anyone say, well, maybe we should call this off. No, everybody wanted to make this happen. So in the next 10 to 12 months, there's some things you need to know about breaking ground into this new sanctuary. So the first is that we have a live cam, sanctuary cam, that is going to be up. I know, right? That's so cool. It's up there on top of the building. It's going to be looking down, and that is actually a picture from early this morning up there. So go out to our YouTube channel. I'm sure there'll be a link on our sanctuary page as well, but go out to the YouTube channel and you can see it live. And it's going to be taking little snapshots so that we can have, what's that called? Time lapse. Yes, thank you. So we're going to have time lapse over that. So, and I just big shout out to Steve Morihiro and to Craig for making that happen. All right, so on Tuesday, fence is going to go up around the courtyard. Dun, dun, dun. All right, I tell you. All right, you are not allowed past the fence. All right, the only person who is Craig, and he won't be doing it unless the construction people are there. And that's the other thing. Everything goes through Craig. Right? You have any questions, you don't talk to the construction people. You see something you think looks a little bit funky, go to Craig, don't go to construction people, because every time you ask them a question, it can initiate what's called a change order. And that means ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Okay, so do not do that. And then you might think, oh, nobody would do that. Oh, honey. We're very opinionated. We got lots of opinions. So go through Craig, all right? And then also, so on Tuesday, the fence is going to go up, and then it looks like they've told us that on the 9th, on the following Monday, week from this Monday, they're actually going to be coming in and starting doing the demolition. So for the next 2 weeks, you're going to be seeing some big changes. Okay, getting excited? Yeah, okay, me too. All right, I just want to take a moment to say, okay, what are we looking at here? Ooh, right? One more. Yay. I am not going to be wearing a pencil skirt. I just want you to know. And pumps. But, All right. So, all right. Now that we're all excited, maybe we're going to come back down to earth a little bit because our journey is not yet done. There is another mountain to climb, another plan to be made, another leap to take. So first we need to build it. That's going to take 10 to 12 months. Okay? Deep breath, because, okay, we've tried to anticipate everything that we could possibly think of that might, we got to move this, we got to do coffee differently, we got to move the welcome table, all that sort of thing. But I'm sure there's something that we have probably forgotten. So everybody just remember, be flexible, right? Like even like on Tuesday, they're turning off the power in the buildings. And we're like, okay, so the staff will be working from home that day. You know, courtyard and coffee is going to look different. We're going to probably experiment with a few things and see how it all works, right? And then, of course, the other thing is that we have to pay for it all. Oh, yeah. So we've managed to raise almost $2 million from you all and from grants, which is unbelievable, okay? But we're still going to have $1 million mortgage, $1 million in mortgage, which is going to, okay, we're all breathing, right? Now we can afford it. The number of people have crunched the numbers and they're like, okay, we can do this so long as we tighten our belts, you know, for a little while we grow and get more renters, because we're going to have this beautiful sanctuary we can rent out for weddings. And of course there's this hall for like receptions and all that sort of thing, right? So I have no doubt in my mind that we can do this, because the collective brain power in this room is larger than any computer. Okay, we are smart, we are creative, we're tenacious, never give up, never surrender, right? But I am gonna make one more ask for the capital campaign, okay? If you are a new member or friend or anyone who has joined our congregation the last couple of years and you haven't pledged to the capital campaign, we would love for you to be part of this history-making moment in our congregation. And if you pledged 5-6 years ago and you paid it off and now you find yourself with some extra income, consider making another pledge. And if you happen to have $1 million running around, you know, just, you know, let us know. We'd be happy to help you with that. So, now we know that 85% of the congregation has pledged, and that's amazing. And for those of you on fixed incomes who love this congregation, okay, who love this congregation, been a part of it, and you're like, oh, but I can't. Don't worry, honey. We love you. We love you. It's all right. You can give of your enthusiasm and positive attitude. And for the rest of us, if there's any way that you can help loosen that belt, that tight belt, that would be greatly appreciated. And no doubt we're just going to make it happen because we're smart folks. We always figure it out, all right? So we're going to do this, all right? We're going to process out to the courtyard. We're going to be singing, okay? We're going to be led by the children of our congregation, which is the future of our congregation. And as we go, as we are singing, because there's no better time to sing than when we are rejoicing. So we have a little fun camera shoot planned with the kids and hard hats. Here they come. And shovels. And once that's done, you could be a graffiti artist. You can go into the building, write blessings, gratitudes, draw pictures, nothing crude, okay? But have fun in there and draw on the walls, not on the cabinets, because we might be using those. All right. So, as I extinguish this chalice, let us walk through these doors and begin a new adventure. Please join the choir in singing.